What's up? What's up, my homies? So, to all y'all that's been asking for a video, here it is. Yeah, it's video number 3, y'all. This one is basically going to be about everything. So strap in, get ready, get some water, and chug it. Chug that water. All right, let's jump in. First things first. School is hard. Nah, school's not too bad. School is just like a growing process and trying to figure out like how each professor teaches, and that's just school in general. I love university, so it's not so bad. I think something I will talk about is just basically, I think that I've grown up a lot. I think that I've really learned to think about myself and think about how what I'm doing is going to affect me. And maybe these comments sound selfish to some people, but I think right now I'm in a place in my life where I can be selfish. I don't have kids. I didn't have no one to take care of. I don't have like truly any responsibilities. And I think this moment in my life is like showing me like what I want to do and who I want to be in my life. And maybe I'm a little bit uncomfortable right now, but I think that being uncomfortable is something that's good. It means that you're growing. Like there's a saying that you should only allow yourself to be so comfortable. You should only allow yourself to be No, sorry, this is wrong. You should allow yourself to constantly be uncomfortable, because when you become comfortable, then you are settling. And I agree with that a lot. I think really that you should allow yourself to constantly be uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, then you're going to grow and you're going to become somebody better, and you're going to constantly force yourself to see the world differently and do things differently. And I think when you allow yourself to just stay stagnant all the time, that's not healthy, because stagnation brings death. Like honestly, when you are close to your time in this world and things like that, like the blood like literally stops flowing. So I think that if I just keep moving and if I keep going and if I keep pushing myself to grow, that I won't have the opportunity to slow down enough and be like in a comfort zone. And I really want that. Like I don't want to live in a comfort zone anymore. I want to live in a place of constant growth and constant exchange of knowledge. And I'm really happy here. I would say like there are things I wish that were different, but those things are things I can't change. And I think that's something that I've learned the most, is that you can't, the things that you can't change, you have to live with. And the things that you can change, change them. And the things that I needed to change, I changed. And the things that I can't change, well, like, I'm just going to sit back and write it out, because those are things that I'm just not going to involve myself with if they bother me. And if they come into my sphere of annoyance, I'm just going to look at them and say, okay, I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to do some yoga. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to go in my room and be by myself. I'm going to figure out a way so that I can solve and find my own solution. Because I think something that bothers me may not bother someone else, and sometimes the argument isn't worth the battle in the end. It's just kind of like, okay, that's you, this is me. I'll be honest with you if you ask me if I have a problem with you, but I'm gonna keep doing me and you can keep doing you, like, you know. And I think that that kind of attitude is the only one that I can learn to have at this point. And I think it's a big issue. Sometimes trying to translate things to our parents, And don't get me wrong, like, I love my mom a lot, but I think that sometimes, because they are from a different time period than we are, they don't understand how we see the world. And people like crap on millennials constantly and be like, oh, they have no ambitions. They're the laziest generation. Like, they're the reason for global warming. I'm sorry, but like, no. I do not think that my generation is the laziest generation. I just think that my generation has way different priorities than other generations. And I think, like, you know what? I went to university and I learned a lot of things there. And I think one thing that I learned by myself, pushing myself through university, was that you have to follow your own footsteps. You can't you can't see someone else's steps and follow in theirs. You have to look at it and say, you know what? Like, this is my journey, and where I want to go, I'm going to go do that. Whether that means, oh, I'm going to go travel the world for a year and a half, or I'm going to go and go to cooking school, or I'm going to go to my master's program, or like whatever the case may be. Like, do those things. Like, stop waiting. First of all, stop waiting for somebody else to tell you what to do. And secondly of all, stop waiting on yourself. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, you're like, oh, and I've been struggling a lot with this too, because I'm trying to change my sleeping regimen. Like, I'm trying to force myself to an hour before I sleep, I put my phone down and I read my book, and I maybe do some yoga or meditate or relax or something, do things to relax myself before I go to sleep. So then I have better night's sleep. And I will be honest, the first couple weeks here, it was really easy. And now that I'm in a sort of routine, it's getting harder because I am falling back into a pattern of like not wanting to get up before school and things like that. And I'm pushing myself every day. You know what, Cambridge? No, like, this is what you're gonna do. No, you know what? This is what you said you were gonna do, these things. Like, you need to follow through. And I think that's something that's like the biggest step of growing up, is like, you said you were gonna do these things. Well, why aren't you? And you have to hold yourself accountable. Like, everybody else out there is like, oh, I need an accountability partner. Oh, I need somebody to like keep me accountable. Well, if you really want to do something, I don't know, something petty. Like, I want to get in shape. Okay, that's not petty, but like, you know, it's like a generalization. There's a lot of people that want to be in shape. Like, I want to be in shape. Okay, then go to the gym. Go walking every day. Get a dog. And they say, like, statistically, like, if you have an animal that you have to walk, you are more inclined to exercise. So, you know, take that dog on a walk, go on a hike with that dog, do yoga. Like, find something that's like your brand though. Like, I don't like going to the gym, so I do yoga in my room by myself. And don't get me wrong, like, it can be really lonely sometimes because I'm so used to like being able to go places and do yoga with people that are my friends. And I can't, because here, every place that I've gone, it's either really expensive to pay to go for just like 1 or 2 classes, or it's like not yoga that like I'm considering yoga. That's a hard explanation if you don't understand yoga, but so it's like, find your like group, find the things that like inspire you, find the things that you want to do and do them. I think, you know, you want to read a book a month, then read a book a month. Start somewhere. Start with something. Do something sometime in your life, and stop waiting for the world to meet you halfway or something like that. Like, I think you will never truly be happy until you choose to be selfish. Like, and that sounds really bad, but I think it's true, because it's like, you have to be happy within yourself to make others happy, first of all. And secondly of all, you need to be selfish to make others happy as well. Because look at it, like, if you are unhappy and then you're trying to make somebody else happy, how is that going to work if you're not even within yourself, like, enjoying what you're doing and enjoying yourself and being successful in your own moments? You're not going to help anybody else. And secondly of all, you need to be selfish, because you need to care for yourself. You need to think that you're just as important as someone else. And that's true. And the second you start realizing that is the second you start opening up doors and following your own heart and following your own steps and following the person that's like you're going to see in the mirror. And if you're not happy when you look in the mirror every day and say like, you know what, this is going to be a good day. I look beautiful. I'm awesome. Let's do this. Then you need to change stuff. And I think that's something I've really learned here is like, for the past few days, I haven't done yoga and I've been wondering why I felt off and I've been wondering why I'm just like, I don't want to wake up in the morning, this and that. And it's because I'm not like living in my routine. I'm not doing the things that I set out to do. I'm not following the things that I want to do. And when you start doing those and when you start following through, you're going to be happy because you're going to be successful in the end. And you're going to look at yourself and say, you know what? 6 weeks ago, 6 days ago, 6 hours ago, 6 minutes ago, life was rough. 6 seconds ago, life was rough. But now, I took time for myself. I took a breath. I did what I needed to do. And that's it. And that's just like a statement for across the board. Whether you're 10 years old or you're 105 years old, like, do what you need to do for yourself. Like, live your life for you. Whether you are in a relationship, whether you are taking care of somebody, whether you are in university, whether you are in some other part of the world than your original country. Like, you need to take care of yourself. And the sooner we start teaching the next generation to take care of themselves, the sooner, like, we have less mental health issues and the less we have people doing things to other humans that are not so great. You know, I think we need to deal with our own demons instead of worrying so much about what other people's problems are and what other people are doing in their life. Instead, focus on yourself. And when you focus on yourself, then you can solve other people's problems too, because you're not sitting there with a plate full of your own trying to help somebody else when you're running thin. So I guess, all in all, I will always say, always, because you never drink enough, drink more water. So if you have a water bottle or a cup of water or something near, take a drink with me. If you enjoy yoga or you want to try something new, try some yoga. A lady named Yoga with Adriene on YouTube, which is free. You can try it in your house so you don't have to do it around other people. Maybe you'll feel uncomfortable. And don't ever say, oh, I don't do yoga because I'm not flexible. The reason why you do yoga is to become more flexible. But that's not like even the slightest reason of why yoga really helps people. Yoga helps you center yourself, helps you align what's going on in your brain with what's going on in your body. Say you have a bad day and you have a sore arm as well. Well, maybe what's going on in your head is also affecting what's going on in your body. So make sure the next time you have some ailment, that your body is aligned. And if that means for you personally going to the gym and getting your anger out or punching some stuff or whatever, you know, I'm not telling you to punch other people, but I'm saying, like, you know, maybe you go punch the punching bag or scream into your pillow. Like, find your releases. Find the stuff that makes you feel okay, feel normal, feel like you can breathe. Okay. Well, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys learned to do your own self-care. And don't let others judge you for your self-care. If that means you stay in on a Friday night and you don't go out and people are saying you're so lazy or like you're not down or whatever, you don't have to be down for anyone but yourself. Remember that. All right. Hashtag drink more water. Hashtag I love you guys. And hashtag self-care for life. Have a good time. Peace out.